Hey YouTubers, so I'm starting to go through my polishing papers here in order, and I'm looking at this little area in here, and I could use some polishing pins on that, but I'm actually going to do something a little bit crazy because that's my thing, and I'm going to use a jeweler's saw. Stay tuned. Okay, so what I do is I take a sheet of 1200 3M paper, sanding paper. So the difference between sandpaper and 3M paper is that it's uniform. You don't have, little thicker grits and smaller grits. It's very, very uniform, 1200 grit right across the whole sheet. And then what I do is I layer it with, I don't know what the proper term for it, I guess it's packing tape. It's reinforced tape, so I call it string tape. But anyway, so I lay the string tape down over top of it and then stick it in the jeweler's saw in place of a blade. And then what that allows me to do is to get in here and polish these areas. Now I would start with obviously a much coarser grit than 1200, but just for demonstration purposes here. And you can see that it's already starting to get a bit of a shine on there. And this works really, really good. So just an inexpensive jeweler's saw, 3M polishing paper and string tape layered. Then you cut to whatever thickness that you need to polish, and then away you go. Simple. The other thing it's really good for is taking off any rough edges. Now, surprisingly, well, maybe not surprisingly, there are very few tool marks on this trigger bar from the Shadow 2 Optic Ready. But if you wanted to, if you had some like rough edges, rather than using a sanding stick, this works really well for that as well. So you just go over your edges like that and then check every now and then. And honestly, I'm not feeling any burrs or galling on the metal. I'm not sure why I'm even polishing it, but I am going to get it down to a nice nice shine. So I'm going to, the only place I can see any tool marks is on here, on this surface here, but I'm not going to be too worried about it because really it is very, very smooth. Yeah. Anyways, this works super well, and then you can just file away. Check your progress every now and then. And I'm going to keep polishing. Thanks for watching. And if you're wondering how to get into those inside edges, what you do is you string your part onto the tape, and then you can polish those inside edges as well, because that's going to be hard to do with the saw without getting it on there. But you can see that it just picks up a really bright shine right away. Let's do this side here. So not much of a shine. And basically what you're doing is you're just smoothing that metal down, removing very little, if anything at all. And then you take your, this becomes like your blade. And then there's your part. All right, I'm going to carry on again. And I think the I forget what that part's called. Let me see here. I should know these parts. It's really bad. It's number 34 is the trigger bar spring, right? So you can see that it has the little grooves there for the spring to rest in, so you don't want to file those flat. So I'm being very careful around those edges to make sure that that stays the way it is. I can definitely get in there and polish it. I will probably need to make a polishing tool for that. I'm thinking a toothpick with a bit of tape on there. Yeah, that'll work. All right, back to polishing. Thanks for watching. Hope this works for you as well if you're going to do this.